You are now listening to Nerd Rage Radio with Bobby Skullface and Adam Russman. This podcast is intended for mature audiences only and may not fit with your sensitive sensibilities. You may be a victim of meaningless outrage, or you may, in fact, be a big ninny pants. If this is the case, please feel free to turn it off now. This is no country for Ninny McNinny pants. So crack open the Mountain Dew. Make sure the cheese doodles are super fresh. We're in your mother's basement. It's Nerd Rage Radio.
And welcome to episode 154. Faux show.
The last 154 you'll ever get from us.
That's right. What else is 154?
I don't know.
It's not a prime number.
It's in an even number.
Number.
Automatically divisible by
Yeah.
2. I remember when I was in elementary school and you had to you count and then you count by 5s and you count by 10s and I was like
marking off everything.
Damn, this is easy, man.
Yeah.
5s and 10s and like 2s and I was like, it fucked me up.
2s.
Oh my God.
I could see 3s.
2 to 10, no problem. But when I started getting into the teens, I think it was just 12 that threw me for a loop.
12 is a fucking weird number.
Yeah.
It sounds weird.
Yeah. I mean, 11 ain't no fucking Mardi Gras either.
Yeah. 12 is the bitch of the bunch, for sure. Oh, man. What a week. What a weekend. Fuck.
Yeah.
Joe's not here today.
No.
No, he had to go do something. I don't know what
Work,
it
I
was.
think.
Maybe work. That's what he claims.
Likely story,
Probably
Joseph.
working out, getting swole. So, I had a pretty kind of uneventful nerd week. Dude, my nerd week has been trash recently. I haven't had much time to nerd.
Right.
I did get some time to hobby a little bit because Saturday was not a good day for me, and so my wife was cool enough to let me just leave me the fuck alone, and I was like doing things in mass quantity, like working on that table, like doing like 15 things at once, and but the kids did watch Superman, Christopher Reeve's version.
Okay.
And I watched. Well, let me back up.
All right.
So we watched I watched that second Godzilla movie, that Netflix Godzilla movie.
Yes.
The first 30 minutes I watched in Japanese,
Oh, really?
and my daughter came down. It's like in the early morning, and I just wanted to be by myself, sit in my cold basement, and watch the show. And she's like, "It's so hard to read. They talk so fast." So I'm like, "Let me see." And then I went to the settings, and of course it was in English too. I'm like, "Motherfucker." God damn you, Netflix! It should be the default.
Yeah, I agree.
It was
For the appropriate country. Everything
Yes.
should default to the appropriate country.
Yeah. This was part 2 of the first one, which was kind of like a silly cliffhanger.
Whoa. You're blowing my mind.
Yeah,
This was part 2 of the first one?
yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm making sure,
all right?
I'm
All right.
following you.
I know you almost fell off the chair. It's fine. It's just like, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Just who gives a shit? Like, that's my thing. Like, with a lot of this stuff, I'm like, cool, man, but who gives a shit?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to look at Godzilla and him do Godzilla-y shit.
Yeah.
And some of like the CGI is not bad. It's like this Netflix CGI anime, which is like a lot of it is stylized.
It's almost like 3D cell shading.
It is. It's like one grade above that.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not Frozen. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just gotta let that go.
I gotta let that go.
Well, you know what I think about Frozen's a shit movie. It really is.
I always said so.
It's a shit movie.
I always said so.
It's not gonna last the test of time.
Mm-mm.
My daughters already don't like it.
No, I
It
mean,
doesn't- you know, Kara's like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, really, it doesn't make any sense. All of a sudden, he's bad. It's stupid.
my middle one never got into it. Jaina was into it for like a couple months.
I mean, the snowman's super cute. Super cute snowman. I like warm hugs. Everybody likes Olaf. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes it's almost like a little too, like when I watch stuff like that, I'm like, oh, this is the one you're supposed to buy the stuffed animal of.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
it.
I remember when that movie came out, the guy who plays that character, he was doing a comedy about the first family, the president of the first family.
Mm-hmm.
And it was good. It was like, but it only lasted like 6 episodes. But his character was fucking awesome. He
Yeah.
was like this fucking crazy kind of goofball, you know.
Wacky.
Very much like Olaf,
Okay.
you know, but like a human being. But he's like the first son, so you know he's doing this crazy shit as the president's child.
Got it.
Anyway, So I watched that, and then I was like, let's have like fucking TV morning. So we watched Man of Steel, and I was like, yeah, this movie's really good. I forgot how long the first act is on Krypton. It's a long bit.
Yeah.
You know, you get to see a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And Jor-El's a fucking badass, bro. You get enough props for how badass Jor-El was.
Yeah. Like
He's missed in the second viewings, like, you know, Batman vs Superman. You know, like I miss not having that element.
Oh no, I don't want to. You know, that was that's one of my few complaints with Man of Steel.
What's that?
Now it's like I don't like him popping up and helping out later on. Like I'm not
like controlling the ship.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. Like I'm fine with losing that, but like I think it'd have been cool,
like the crystal messages and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I would have been good.
I
with that.
think it'd have been cool if I think if they continue the DC universe, the ship is still in Metropolis. I think that Clark needs to move it, right?
Up north.
Yeah, needs to move it up north. It kind of starts rebuilding itself a little bit, and Jor-El can come in some form, but he's been deleted by Zod, so it's not like he was before. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it was a good movie, man. I think that it's solid. The only bit I'm still kind of like, I do feel like the love affair between him and Lois is a little too rushed.
I said that.
You know, I do.
I said that to
it's
you.
The kiss. It's the kiss scene.
It's not earned.
I mean, I get it.
It's nitpicky. It's a nitpick criticism.
It's nitpicky as fuck. Like, and I almost kind of get it. Like, it's like a life or death type situation. You know, everything else works for me, man.
Yeah, I love that movie. I do think that movie fits in better into the Nolanverse than the DCEU.
Yes, yeah, they definitely took a sharp left turn someplace.
Yeah,
and I don't know when it happened because I just watched Ultimate Edition of BVS.
To me, it's
I need to go back out and watch it again after watching this.
To me, like some of the action sequences of BVS don't feel right for that world. Not what takes place in them, just how they're shot. Like very, I'm not saying this in a derogatory way.
Yeah,
but very Fast and Furious-y.
Yeah,
kind of like glitz and glam action. But then
big
I think
explosions.
I think it's really. I mean, where BVS, where the DCEU asks you, like, all right, you coming along, is Doomsday. Mm-hmm. You know, and at that point, I think you have to make a decision as a fan. Like, am I in, or is it too much?
I think the explosion Doomsday is too much.
Yeah,
I think that's what does me in. And it just it was a rush. I think it was a tactical error, and I wonder, like, if I had a time machine, I would take Batman, I'll take Superman, Man of Steel, I take BVS, I take Justice League, and I go and find Zack Snyder and be like, listen, I'm from the future. I want to show you something.
There's going to be a problem.
It's going to be a problem. And we would sit there and we would watch the whole.
Am I too soon?
Yeah.
I'm too soon.
Yeah.
He's already started production.
I know. I would sit there and be like, listen, dude, these are going to bomb. You know, not bomb per se, but you need to get some shit straight. And I do wonder if they should have slow burnt the whole Lois thing with him. You know, the fact, and I do like the fact that she figured out who he was before she knew who he was.
Yeah, I'm good with that too.
But I don't know, man. I just think something else needs to be interesting. I mean, there's some changes, you know, because I just think that we got off on the wrong foot, and I don't know where that step is. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, for me, I think that step is Doomsday, and it's that step happens
in Lex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens. It becomes. It's what I love about DC movies in general, up until BVS, and even BVS to me gets a pass once I saw the Ultimate Edition, is how serious it takes itself.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know,
yeah.
But within that, you got to match. Everything has to match.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think Lex matches.
Yeah.
And Doomsday matches, but Doomsday does require you to kind of be in for the fantasy element of comic books.
Yeah.
Because everything else is played pretty straight.
This is the interesting thing, though, that, like, going back and watching Krypton, like, that universe literally started fantasy as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I kind of see, like, the vision there with that, but
it's like, it's different. It's different than...
No, you're right.
Yeah.
It is different. But, like, I don't know, bro. I think that Batman being older is a problem. Not that Ben Affleck couldn't do it as a younger man, you know. Anyway,
I don't necessarily think he's right for that role anyway.
he might not be. Depends on how puffy his face is in the scene.
It isn't not puffy.
That part's bad. I mean that, and apparently there. I don't know if we put it in the notes, but there is a rumor that the Snyder version is complete. It was done someplace.
I put it in the notes.
So that's just some bullshit, and I bet that was Joe's. I was like, if I'm going to do this,
I think it's a studio.
If I'm going to do this, there's no other version.
I think it's a studio.
I don't know.
I think like,
why would they want to sell more movies?
What do you mean?
Because I mean they can release a Snyder cut and make money.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that so much of them is concerned with damage control. And sometimes I don't think that's, I honestly, I don't think that's necessarily the right way to approach it. Sometimes it's like you got to let stuff marinate in the public conscious for a while.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like, there's been plenty of times where I've bought a record and been like, this shit is trash. And then 2 weeks later, I'm like, I like everything on here. They were ahead of me.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe. Some David Bowie shit right there.
Yeah, I mean, I had it happen with a few Nine Inch Nails records. I mean, Jay-Z records and et cetera. But it's just that, like, I don't know. I think that Suicide Squad and Justice League make sacrifices for mainstream appeal that I'm just not interested in.
Yeah. The problem with my time travel thing is he'd be asking me about other things. Like, no, we're not talking about anything else. Yeah. I'm not talking about lotto numbers. We're going to work this out. So, anyway.
And I'd be like, actually, I don't even know. I'm sorry. I don't play.
Anyway. And so then we watched Superman, the Christopher Reeve's version, the extended version, which the girls loved. Stands test time with them. They're not like, sometimes we watch old movies like, this looks dumb. You know, like, this looks so old. That looks fake. And then we watched the Donner cut of Superman 2, which is interesting, man. I need to go back and watch that again because there is so much change in there. But the one thing I don't like about the Donner cut, but they kind of did it tongue-in-cheek, is at the end he spins back time again, and that way puts everybody back in the Phantom Zone so they're not dead. And Lois forgets that he was in Superman and he never lost his powers. And,
like that.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that either. Everything else about that movie I love, except that.
Well, I mean, that was my favorite one as a kid. Like
the original 2, yeah.
No, I mean, I never watched the first one.
I'm saying the original 2.
Yeah. I always watched the second one. And
yeah, the Donner cut didn't come out to Superman Returns. So I'm skipping Superman 3 and 4 because they're trash. I kind of want to do 4, but then at the same time, like, I don't want to do it.
I kind of want to do 3 and 4 as like a review thing with Joe on the Patreon, like just because like to me it's like almost a thing now where it's like the worse the movies are, the better the conversation.
I want to be there for those.
Okay.
Because I mean, the Richard Pryor one when I was a kid was like my favorite because it was Richard Pryor, and like I used to sneak and listen to like his records and shit. And, like,
see, there's a lot of sequels that I loved as a kid. Like when I'm older, I'm like, God, this is terrible.
Yeah,
I loved Secret of the Ooze when I was a kid.
Who didn't?
Yeah.
Right. And then I think that's pretty much it. It's got some painting done in the shop. The old painting area, we got it kind of cleaned up, and we're getting some work done. Finish up kind of the work on the house shit, and so I might have a house guest here for Deborah. It's be a flop house, people moving in and out.
Who's coming in?
Well, Alex will be back.
Oh, nice.
And so then I think my brother's going to come up for a few weeks, and then we'll see. We'll see what happens.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. That'd be fun. And I guess that's pretty much it. A lot of stuff to talk about, though. Pretty interested. So, how was your nerd week?
I started watching Rotten on Netflix. It's like a food thing. I was just with some other folks and they wanted to watch it, and so we watched it. We only watched episode 1, which is about the honey business. A lot of shim-shams going on in the honey business. Basically,
not as sweet as one would think.
Basically, like they were talking about how much honey is being made a year because the bees are like dying, like left and right.
Yeah,
and like,
I always hear about the bees. Is this a fact?
Yeah, it's called colony collapse.
Yeah, it's like some kind of fungus or whatever gets in their brain or something.
They think it has more to do with
Wi-Fi.
Like agricultural areas are expanding.
Yeah,
and actual building is like encroaching into the natural wilderness, et cetera, and as a result, there's less flowers and there's less shit to drink.
Okay.
You know, but the point is like, let's say, just to keep the numbers even.
Yeah.
Like bees are producing 100 gallons of honey a year now.
Yeah.
Honey is being manufactured at like 800 gallons a year.
Okay.
So like the numbers don't work.
Okay.
So like they start looking into it.
Yeah.
And like a lot of the honey is not really honey. It's like corn syrup.
Really?
Flavored to be honey, and it's just this huge sham going on.
Really?
Yeah. So that was pretty interesting. It's like a 6-part series. So I think I'm gonna watch
all
of
about
it.
honey.
No, each one's different. Like I always feel like I hate watching shit like that on Netflix generally because like I feel like there's nothing on Netflix but like El Chapo and Everything You Eat Kills You. So like I feel like anytime I watch something on Netflix, I'm like, oh, fuck, sorry. Beef is out now. Beef's out.
Yeah.
Bread's out. Chicken, no good. Apparently, just lettuce and mustard, Laura. Just lettuce, nothing but lettuce, and then mustard. All organic mustard. You know, like...
No yellow mustard.
No yellow
It's got to be brown. Yeah. It's got to look like baby shit, Laura.
Yeah, so... But this was pretty interesting, so I might continue watching it. I am going to start watching that Sacha Baron Cohen show tonight.
Did you guys buy Showtime for that?
No, we got access to it.
Oh, motherfucker.
Yeah. I don't even know how, honestly, but we do. So
it's magically popped up on my computer.
Yeah.
No,
Laura sorted it out. I just don't know the details of it.
So you do know
the deets.
You
the
do
deets.
know
I don't know the deets.
You do know,
but I don't know the deets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Deets is trash.
Fuck.
Let's see what else. Still, kind of
diorama.
Yeah, but worked on the diorama. Worked on the Rebels diorama. The ghost in the lounge and kitchen.
The ghost in the shell.
The ghost in the ship.
Yeah,
and it's probably one of my best ones. It might be the best.
It's pretty good.
There's a lot of, sometimes I feel like it's funny because
I think The Job is the best.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so. But I'm not mad at The Job one.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think that like I end up doing shit where I'm like, why am I doing this? Like I don't have to do this.
Like creativeness.
I think I have like a lazy phobia. Like I'm afraid
to cut corners,
being considered lazy. So like I'm like sculpting and like dry brushing the back of the chair that's being glued to the wall. But I'm like, I know it's there.
Oh,
it has to be painted or whatever or
yeah,
something
that's
like
a little
that.
Much.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's actually worse because the paint's not going to do this. Good for bond.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I catch myself doing it all the time. But I put out a lot of tricks for this, and it lends itself to it, which is nice. I think that sometimes, once again, going back to that same thing, like if I start doing too many easy ones, like if I do Hoth and I do the Bounty Hunter one, where I'm just setting shit up, putting a piece of plastic in, and it's done, I start thinking to myself like, oh, people are gonna think I'm falling off. People are gonna think I'm falling off.
Step up your game.
I gotta get do another one that's impressive. Like, and then
that ghost one, that'd be one that would be good for CAD and like laser, some MDF board or something like that.
Yeah.
That would fucking be perfect.
Yeah, it looks nice. It
does. Looks really good.
So I've got to do the chess table, the stools, the ladder, the driver, the flyer.
I was waiting for it.
I was reading in Enter the Realm, the Realm Collectors Facebook group.
Yeah,
somebody was like, what is your profession? Like people listing off like what they do for a living, and this guy Vinny, who we did that Jabba thing for.
Yeah.
He like posted in there. He's like, I'm a driver, I'm a flyer. It's pretty fucking awesome.
Best part of that movie.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Watch some Rebels with the kids and stuff. So we're working through season 1. We're halfway through season 1 now.
Okay. Oh shit! Fucking Infinity War comes out this week, right?
It came out last week digitally.
Yeah. I don't know to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm just not there, man.
Yeah,
I'm just not there.
I feel you. I feel you. I mean, when's it gonna be on Netflix?
Yeah,
I'm too lazy to put the DVD in the machine.
I just need to have it.
I hear you.
I don't know.
I get it.
I know it's a.
But once I have it, I want to stream it.
But I don't even know I don't even know. I mean, that one day that's going to stop.
Oh, the physical
copies?
copies?
I mean, it's just going to stop.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be unprepared.
Do you think at that point you'll just burn your own?
I don't know. I don't know. I have no fucking idea, man. Got some toys and stuff and did some reviews and all that sort of stuff. And I'm trying to think if I saw anything else or did anything else. Watched Step Brothers. This dude's still
It's great.
Watched some other comedy. We would, like, Laura and I just been in the mood to kind of have a bit of a chuckle. Dodgeball. Dude, fucking good. Dude, that guy is so funny. And like I kept thinking about how like Joe Budden called 50 Cent White Goodman. Mm-hmm. Like he was like, yeah, the rap White Goodman. And it's like pretty funny. Like, but I love like when he comes, are you reading the dictionary? Oh, caught me. I like to break a mental sweat too. What is that all about? It's a painting. Me taking the bull by the horns. Metaphor. But that actually happened. It's fucking good.
You get crushed by, what is it? Crushed by 10,000 pounds of irony.
Luck of the Irish. And like Laura laughs at people getting wrenches thrown at their head because she's a bit of a simpleton when it comes to comedy. So it's fun for the whole family.
You're just so high class.
No, I'm just. I'm just not a physical comedy person.
I hear you.
Generally speaking, every now and then something like Ace Ventura gets me every time. If something is new in the physical comedy realm, so
he was a master.
That's true.
Of the physical
I
comedy.
agree.
So.
I think that's it. If something else pops into my head, I'll mention it. But I think that's it. Transformers is coming back. Let me ask you a question. I'll just ask you.
Okay.
So Transformers is coming back to theaters for like
86
for one day,
whatever,
for one day or one night or whatever it is. I think Westview is showing it.
Okay.
Dark Knight is coming back to theaters for whatever. What is your thoughts on that? I mean, those two movies are two of my favorite movies of all time.
You want to go see them?
No.
Really?
No. Like, I wouldn't mind. Mm-hmm. But like when I start thinking about like, I could go to the movies and see them. Or I could just put them on here.
Yeah.
I'm just, whatever it is that makes people be like, dude, let's go have that experience again.
I think just get out of the house. You know what I mean? Get out of the house, meet with some people. I mean, listen. I don't want to hurt your feelings with this. Right now, where I'm at mentally and physically, because I was sweaty boy coming home from mopping today.
Uh-huh.
If you said, hey, man, you want to go see Dark Knight right now or tonight or whatever, like no, fuck no. But maybe tomorrow, if you ask me the same question, like, you know what, that'd be fun. Go out, get some dinner, check out the movie,
Sure.
It'd be good.
See, I'm just like,
same thing with the 85. So we just watched it.
Yeah.
But the Dark Knight I haven't watched in a while, so I would be down for that.
But I'd almost be like, so like here's the thing. If you were like, hey, you want to go out and see Dark Knight this Friday?
Yeah.
Or get together and watch all three back to back, or get together and watch one and do a commentary on it. Like I'd much rather do the latter. Like I
hear you.
And I also think with Transformers specifically, like I saw it in '86 and I saw it once. And I have a very specific, special memory.
I never saw it in the theater. I would go see that in the
theater.
Okay,
so that makes sense to me. But like, I have a very specific, special memory of it. Yeah. And like, I'm good with just having that. And like, I have memories of it since. I have a memory of it like Mario had never seen it and never even heard of it. He was like a Transformers fan when it first came out, but he probably got out of it by 85 because he was probably like 15 or some shit.
Yeah.
Robert D. Swag.
Yeah. How old is Robert D? 50?
I think
50?
50-ish. Yeah. His back is 55. His neck collar is 66. And something else is 77. They're all the same numbers. But he had, like, I was like, dude, did you ever see the movie? And he's like, the movie? And I was like, yeah, there was like an animated movie, like everybody dies. And he's like, and like we watched it together. Like, I have a special memory of that. Doing the commentary, I have a special memory of that. Like, I'm all about like these little specific events, and like I don't need to try. I'm not saying that this is what people do. I think it's something totally different. But for me, I can't imagine trying to recapture that energy, like recapture that moment.
Yeah, but you're not trying to recapture, just having another moment.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if I see them as like competition.
Dude, it'd be fun. Like just getting drunk and going
to Dark Knight. No, it's like not fun at all.
We get drunk.
I mean, getting drunk and going to see Step Brothers if it came back in theater, like fine, but like getting drunk and seeing The Dark Knight. It's
I'm
like
down to just get drunk and see anything right now.
just get drunk and walk
I'm
in.
just like in a get drunk kind of mood.
I'd be like, fuck, wrong choice.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Like, wrong.
That was probably too loud.
Yeah, it was very loud.
Mm. Oh well, they'll be all right.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's
Anywho.
Yeah, but I'm just not. I don't think I'm a re-release guy.
Okay.
Now, if it's like Dark Knight coming back to theaters with 15 minutes of additional footage, I'm there opening night.
Yeah, that's a new movie.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, it's saying like when I saw Star Wars, the special edition.
Would you go see Ultimate BVS in the theater?
Probably not. But that might be though because it's just so goddamn long.
Yeah,
like, you know,
so to speak.
Yeah, like if I'm going to sit down and watch a 3.5 hour movie, I'd like to be in the comfort of my own bed.
Yeah, I hear you.
But if now they put out the Snyder cut of Justice League,
Yeah.
I would do that.
The Wolverine. Re-release of The Wolverine.
Never. Never.
Did I go see that with my sister in Canada and you guys didn't go? You saw something else?
I didn't see any movies in Canada. I think you did go see it though. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, you were like, I'm good.
Yeah, because I'm not going to go see it. That's my general. Like
You don't see movies on vacation.
right, unless unless
Unless
I'm hating the vacation. Like when I go to the Outer Banks, I'll see a movie every day.
Did it come out that week or the previous week? I feel that we didn't go see it for some reason. Probably just because it was a Wolverine movie. Actually, that's a lot of those X-Men movies I never saw in the theater.
I didn't see the Silver Samurai one in the theater.
That's that one. I didn't see First Class in the theater.
I did.
No, maybe we did. It was the second one. Days of Future Past, I know I didn't see in the theater.
I thought we saw that in the theater. I saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
I think that just the Wolverine Origins, I don't think I saw in the theater.
I don't think I saw that in the theater either.
But I think I saw the rest in the theater.
You didn't see the Wolverine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Silver Samurai one and the
Yeah.
Origins one I didn't see. I think I saw the
What was
rest.
the last one? Is this Logan was the last one?
Logan and Apocalypse for the last two. We definitely saw both of those in the theater.
Yeah. Unleash your power.
Yeah.
So dumb.
You know what's funny?
What's that?
True story.
Hmm.
I'd rather watch Apocalypse than Logan.
Really?
Yep. And not that I think it's a better film. I find it more enjoyable to watch.
Dude, you're a hater. You like sign up. You're all in on the hate sometimes. You're like, nope, putting all the chips in. I made up my mind. Done.
Like, remember when good Wolverine fight bad Wolverine?
All right, what do we got for news?
I gotta get my phone. You want to save it?
Yeah, we'll save it. Maybe I'll sing a little ditty while you're going. And here we go.
That was a good
Watching
movie,
the
though.
movie.
Now, here's another thing. If they ran all three of them, you know, in the theater, like, you know, August is this month, September is this one.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
you know, I would take Jaina
Okay.
to see all three.
Okay. See, that's the thing, is taking the kids to see that one.
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
So,
It's what's in the inside. I think.
the Judge Dredd TV show is written, ready to go.
Okay.
It's based off of the last movie.
Keith Urban movie.
It's continuing.
Is it Keith Urban? No, Keith.
Yes, it's Keith Urban.
No, what's his name?
Is he a country singer? Keith
Yeah,
Urban?
it is. If it's not him, it's,
Yeah, it's Keith Urban.
it's something Urban.
Yeah, it's definitely Keith Urban. Kenny Chesney. Co-stars.
Carl Urban? Is it
Um,
Carl?
Urban gentrification.
Carl.
Carl. Oh, boy, would I. Best line in that fucking movie. And it's written. It's ready to go. It's going to be a TV series. It's going to take place in that world. Does that interest you at all? Do we need more Judge Dredd? Are you a Judge Dredd fan? I feel like every now and then you find the Judge Dredd fan. It's like the guy that's
it's a weird guy.
like, you know, like, hey, do you guys, hey, oh, dude, you like comic books? You ever read any Dredd? You know, like
Dude, that lip thing.
Dredd. You ever read any Dredd? You know, like you got you angle your head, your chin up to the upper left hand corner, but your eyes dart down. Dredd.
Yeah,
And then
underbite.
And then as you finish the D, you look back into their eyes. Dredd. Ever reading? Fuck, bro. You ever reading Dredd? You ever reading Sweet Dredd?
I think Daryl was a Dredd guy.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
His trench coat was a Dredd guy.
Yeah.
As well.
Dude, I gotta reach out to that guy.
Or don't.
I wonder if he's alive.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Dude, he might have joined a cult or started a cult.
He definitely didn't start the cult. Definitely could have joined one though. He's like, yeah, this is my cult. It's just me and Mittens, the cat, Clyde Frog. You gonna hit him up now?
I'm gonna see if I can find him.
Oh,
dude.
Oh, are you excited at all about Patrick Stewart coming back?
He hasn't aged well.
No, that's not him. I can see.
Dude, I'm super excited about Patrick Stewart coming back.
So I wanted to ask you, how do you want him to come back? What do you want? Let me ask you, where do you want him to be in his life?
All right. I'm glad that you asked. I actually talked to my brother on the way here. All right. So, of course, from the JJ verse of Star Trek, we had like kind of an alternate timeline, right? And from that, this new Star Trek Discovery is loosely based off of that, like some of the events before Kirk, because this one takes place before Kirk, so that the Romulan ship is still out there, I guess, because Pike is in this one.
Okay.
Anyway, they say it's going to be him old, like the next chapter of his life. So
right.
I'd imagine that he's either going to be an admiral or out of Starfleet, or maybe an ambassador. So maybe a political ambassador, like a political drama, might be cool, like set in the space time, Star Trek time,
space time continuum.
But the cool thing about it is, I want to see where the original universe went, because now we're focused on this new universe, and it's fine. I don't dislike it per se, but I'm really invested in that other universe, and so I want to see what happens to it. Now, hopefully, they won't do something where this is the future of the current universe, and we see that Picard never became a captain. That would I would hate that, if they erased all the Next Generation, that'd be horrible.
I kind of like what do you want his mind state to be? Like, I feel like a lot. Like, I feel like it is kind of vogue right now. Is like to have like the. To have like the disgruntled Luke, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I don't think that's not really my cup of tea. Picard was a very interesting character. I mean, he's very well written, very self assured. Always had a well defined moral compass. It's just
even Batman. Ben Affleck's Batman, I put in the same category. Like, we find these heroes that are like in the twilight of their career, and they're angry and they're mad and they're
but like Jean-Luc was never like that.
Well, it's funny because I heard people talking about it, and they were saying I'd like to see him in like a happy state, like happily retired,
like he's at his winery,
like just enjoying life. And like something happens that he has to return in some capacity.
Well, in the very last episode, I think it was Generations. In Generations, you find out that his brother's son was killed, and he was the last Picard, because his brother, I believe, died as well. Or he's probably too old, and Jean-Luc never had kids. He's never really good around kids either.
Never knew the joys of fatherhood.
No, kind of like Joe.
Yeah,
it's all about his career. I don't know. I think it'd be interesting. I think the ambassador thing is just, you still have to add the drama aspect of it. So I think that would be an interesting aspect if he.
Well, I mean, obviously something would have to make him come back out of retirement, even if he was in retirement. But
I actually hope to see some of the other characters that are still out and about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They have to, right?
I mean, they don't have to,
but you'd think.
Yeah, and the thing now is like with digital, makeup and stuff like that, or you can even, because they were actually supposed to make another Star Trek show based off of Riker. Riker was going to become the new captain of, I think, the Star Trek Titan or something.
Okay.
And or maybe another movie or something. And then the last movie didn't do very well, and they pulled it. Like last minute, like, you know what? Maybe we'll do something else. So I'm excited though. I love Patrick Stewart. He's an awesome dude. I like the character. And we'll see where it goes. I just hope they don't fucking ruin my childhood.
Your childhood will be fine.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what else looks fine to me.
What's that?
Is this He-Man documentary that's coming to Netflix.
Do tell.
It's coming, I think, August 24th. And it's supposed to be like this, like 100% inclusive, or not inclusive, but like complete. I mean, that's not the word I'm looking for. But
fully armed and operational.
Yeah, at the Masters of the Universe franchise. It's a definitive history. An astute reader of fan culture of the internet, particularly those of us in the community, might, a week or so. Anyway, you probably remember that this film from a mashup for the filmmakers behind Turtle Power, the definitive history of the Teenage Ninja Turtles, and Nintendo Quest. Oh, I've never seen any of them. The Power of Grayskull. It's gonna talk about the cartoons, the toys, the live action movie.
Dude, we should watch the live action movie.
Yeah, for a commentary.
Yeah,
let's do it. I think I have it. If not, I'll buy it. I may not have it. I may not have it. Oh, was it in? Did it come in? Like, there was this one He-Man box set I bought, and it had like the original cartoon series, the 2000 series.
I think it's in there.
Might be in there.
Yeah, I think it's in there.
But yeah, I'd do that for commentary, no doubt. Dude, Evil Lynn is fucking hot in that goddamn movie.
Yeah, who is she?
I don't know.
Just Google her.
Woman of mystery.
It's funny, right? Like, it doesn't matter, like, whoever she was, she's going to strike your fancy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dude, why can't they do a He-Man movie? They were talking about that for a while. And
yeah, they
could.
Jumped off. They'd have to do it. Like, I'm not sure if I trust the people to make a He-Man movie, because, like, I don't know. Like, the key to it is just go full Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Like, just go full fantasy.
Was it Masters of the Universe? Was that the name of it? Yep.
Yes.
Dolph Lundgren. There he is.
Tila.
So dumb, bro.
Get the synthesizer.
Meg Foster. Ooh, she has not aged well.
She went on to have like a pretty successful career, though.
Not really. Well, there was Jeepers Creepers 3. There was They Live. There was 31. There was The Lords of Salem, Reckoning.
Just horror?
Yeah, bro. It doesn't look
wow.
like...
I don't know why.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm looking at the most modern shit. Let me go back.
I feel like she was in a
80s.
successful TV show or something.
Hold on. Calm down. When did that movie come out?
88.
Was it 88?
No, I have no idea. I'm taking a shot in the dark.
87. 87. So she was in The Wind, The Cosby Show, Miami Vice, They Live, Betrayal of Silence, Leviathan. That was a good movie. Deadly, The Hitchhiker, Blind Fury. Fucking love that movie. Stepfather 2.
Oh, it wasn't as good as the first one, though.
Tripwire, The Young Riders.
Barbed Wire.
No. Jezebel's Kiss. Bet she got naked in that one. Diplomatic Immunity.
Dipset.
Future Kick. To Catch a Killer. Shadow Chaser. Quantum Leap. Best of the Best 2.
A lot of sequel action.
Oblivion. Immortal Kombat. So you know, oh, dude, Lady in Wait.
That's where it's like, round one.
Look at that, Lady in Wait.
Spar. Oh, yeah. Dude, her face is beat.
Oh, yeah. Now.
Jeez.
Yeah, you should have looked at it in the future.
It's like she sleeps on a railroad track.
Murder, She Wrote. Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Space Marines. Mr. and Mrs. I don't know. It's not Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but it's supposed to be like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Let's see anything else that's good. This is fun. Sliders. Hercules, Xeno Warrior Princess.
I don't know what I was thinking about.
Yeah, bro. The Mentalist. The Originals. Yeah, it's all garbage. The most modern movie she did was in 2016.
Really?
Oh. It's like
that's the same picture.
Old war leather.
Yeah, dude.
That's not nice.
She looks like a purse. Oh, my God. What a nightmare.
She had piercing blue eyes, though.
Yeah.
I mean, she's born in 48, bro.
Oh, well, you know what? That's not too bad.
No. We'll take it back. We're monsters.
Oh, Meg Foster is Evil Lynn. I thought Meg Foster was Tila.
No.
Oh, I'm talking about the girl who played Tila, Chelsea Field.
Oh, I don't know about Evil Lynn.
Oh, Courtney Cox was in it?
Yeah, dude.
That's what I'm thinking.
She was, and then the
Cox.
guy was in Star Trek Voyager. He was Tom Paris. Yeah, Paris. Dude, this fucking Oblivion 2 Backlash. It's like a futuristic Western. You got to really watch out when you start mixing genres like that. You can't have a futuristic movie in the past. Doesn't make sense.
Damn, Meg Foster was bad. She was back in the day, though. She's a pretty
Yeah,
woman.
no, she for sure. We're being a jerk.
She smokes mad cigarettes now, I bet you.
Oh yeah, too many cigarettes. What cigarettes
So
are bad
many
for you,
cigarettes.
Man? I mean, look at those eyes, bro.
Yeah.
Like crystal blue eyes. You're a monster.
Oh, how many Marlboros do you think she smokes now? She smokes mad Marlboro.
She looks like Skeletor.
Yeah.
Not nice. Not nice.
Like, good morning, May. Good morning. What'd you do today? Smoked a half pack of cigarettes and ate some gravel.
Oh, man, it's horrible.
And then I put a syringe with ice water in my eyes.
Oh, she was in Cagney and Lacey?
Ugh.
Oh, man, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Why are we such jerks?
Well, speaking of sad things, Stan Lee's in pretty rough shape.
Oh, no.
So he won't be doing any more signings.
Yeah.
Like can't write his own name and shit. Like apparently he was like just drawing circles. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna make me into a monster, and I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve. Sorry for the commercial break. Why are we so terrible as human beings, man?
You know what it is? Because we love Stan Lee, and we don't want to see him go, so we want to make a joke out of it.
What if you brought a picture for him to sign, but you slid one of those things as a kid that draws the stars when you like draw plastic pieces? You just drew you pretty
with the cog wheels in it, the grooves.
You just slid
it, and you can never end it right. You always fuck it up. You know what I mean?
I had a hard time starting it.
Yeah. Oh God, Stan the man.
God, there's terrible people.
Dude, is he living in LA now, or is he still in New York?
I don't know. I know his house. It doesn't have any 90-degree angles.
Oh God.
Look, we apologize. Both of us are sleep deprived.
It's been a long day.
We don't mean any of this. We love Stan Lee. It's fucking
sad.
But it's so, sometimes it's just low hanging fruit that just.
I wonder, man.
And he's still out there trying to do the circuit and shit. I take my hat off to him.
Yeah. He did. Like, it's crazy that people do decline really fast. I would go to his funeral if I could.
Yeah.
Like whatever, like going out there and standing out in the crowd. I mean, I bet you it's going to be epic.
Just form a circle around him.
Excelsior.
And
whoever does his eulogy at the end needs to say, "Nuff said."
Yeah. And I think they should start it with, whatever that howdy true believers or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. It'd be fucked up if he dies on the day this is released. I don't feel like
oh my God,
shit.
what if? But life is a circle.
Yeah.
A series. But it is a bummer. And I hope to be honest, Stan, like just relax, dude. You've done enough.
Yeah, you've changed the world forever.
Yep, you've been to every fucking Comic-Con, like shaking hands and kissing babies and all that. You've done enough. You've given back all you can.
Yeah.
Just relax.
And more.
Just relax. Iron Lists. It's a play on Iron Fists.
Mm-hmm.
The titles were announced.
Yeah. Dude, did you see him in the mask?
Yes. Are you mad at it? I'm not mad at it.
No me gusta. No me gusta.
Have you seen it without the mask? No me gusta.
That's true.
Actually, the mask is fucking dumb. Dude, what's up, Beehive?
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it does look dumb. It's the black around the eyes, I think.
Yeah. It just needs to be like a motorcycle helmet or something, It's redonkulous.
The Fury of the Fist, The City's Not for Burning, This Deadly Secret, Target, Iron Fist, Heart of the dragon dies at dawn. That's imaginative. Morning of the mind storm, citadel on the edge of vengeance.
Jesus.
And 9 is war without end.
There's only 9 episodes.
No, there's only 9 titles that they have.
Oh, okay.
Could be only 9 episodes, but there's no way to know for sure.
You know what?
The mask is fucking ridiculous.
Maybe that's a good thing. You just said you liked it.
Yeah, but then I think I liked it when you see it real small. But then when I like looked at it for real, I was like, oh my God, it looks absurd.
It's dumb. And maybe it'll look good in motion. Probably
It
not.
won't.
Probably not.
There's no way.
I wonder if Stanley designed it. Recently.
Son of a gun. So it doesn't look like James Gunn is going to be rehired for Guardians.
Really?
Yeah, the rumors that started circulating doesn't look like that's going to happen. May have been a little premature. And the cast is still rallied behind him. Bautista keeps making kind of statements almost every day about it.
Yeah.
This guy
should be like, I'm going to fuck you up.
This guy that outed it, he's a real dickhead.
Yeah.
Like, I looked into him a little bit over the week, and I was like, oh, dear God.
So what's his deal?
Let me try to pause it real quick. All
right, I'm going to pause it real quick. All right.
And I only mention this because he went after Gunn.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Otherwise, you wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Date rape does not exist. That's a quote.
Okay.
Have you guys ever tried raping a girl without using force? Try it. It's basically impossible. Do a Google image search for lions mating. That's basically rape, and it's also the natural form of sex. In 2003, he was accused of raping a woman he knew. Charge was later dropped, blah, blah, blah. I fucked a girl. She said I raped her. That cost me $50,000. It cost me 5 years of my life. I got depressed. I gained like 80 pounds. But look at me now. What if I'd not fucked her? Maybe I'd be some fucking schlub dude living a life of quiet depression with 3 kids and a wife that hates me. And now I'm fucking loving life, dude. So I've never made a mistake. If you can't accept the risk of a kid, STD, or false rape case, then don't play the game. Rape via an alpha male is different from the other forms of rape. We can't really understand this as our culture is too detached from instinct. Online dating gives you the chance to test the hypothesis that ugly, fat, marginalized women have a great personalities. They don't. When in doubt, whip it out. Next time, don't settle for the makeout. If possible, at least pull out your dick. If you can get her to touch it, even better. If not, just let her know that your cock is too swollen to go back into your jeans, and that either you're taking care of this or I am. You know? So, like, and it goes on and on. Women enjoy being choked. Like, you know, like it just goes on and on and on and on and on. It's like, this dude is the dude that Disney is fucking bowing to.
Yeah.
You know, that's what makes me angry about it. It's like, this is literally the glass house. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't, like, look, I may disagree with what he's saying. I may disagree with some of the shit that James Gunn was saying.
Yeah, yeah.
But the point is that if somebody is being fired for tweets, and that information is being brought to light by someone with tweets.
Well, 2 wrongs don't make it right.
No.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that, like, it's just the hypocrisy of it all.
I think the worst part about the Gunn thing is I think that Disney was aware of the tweets before, like the vetting process, and I think he deleted the tweets prior as well. So he went to some like way back shit to find them. But yeah, I think we need to get to a place where everybody understands that social media isn't real life, and what you said 10, 15 years ago, 10, 15 minutes ago sometimes,
Yeah, true.
doesn't really represent who you are, and that we just need to all be a little bit more tame with all this.
See, and that was the whole point of us having this daily
Yeah.
conversation, so we could make this very profound point.
Yeah, yeah.
Smart.
No.
It's a smart show. It's a smart show.
Brilliant. Dumb.
But it's stupid. But like I do think that, like, if, you know, Disney following through on that action does let this dude win. And this dude is no prince of values.
No.
You know?
He's an alleged rapist.
He's that as well. Old gray stones ain't what they used to be. Apparently,
we're done with rape talk?
yeah, unless you want to continue.
No, that's fine. 38 years.
38 years, never raped anybody.
No.
Nope.
Totally raped.
I've raped a piece of pizza one time. Didn't ask for permission. Fucked it up. Apparently the snap has done damage to the gauntlet.
Yep.
And Thanos.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't without some cost to him.
Yeah, consequences.
Yeah. Now I think most of this is going to be a time travel adventure, so I'm not sure how much of that will actually play a part in
There's
this
a couple
movie.
theories that the stone given to Thanos,
Four stones?
little things.
Great job.
You give people jobs, feed the families. That the stone given to Thanos might be the stone from the future or something like that. And so him snapping his finger created some kind of paradox. That's what damaged it. It was really interesting explanation, but basically, because you have the time zone, you can go back and forth and alter the past, the future, but then like giving him the stone from the future or some shit, a future that he already lost, or some shit like that, creating some kind of temporal paradox which injured Thanos and destroyed the gauntlet. So I was like, okay, that'd be interesting. But I mean, I guess it's pretty apparent that this is his plan, Doctor Strange's plan. You know? So,
and I think this Ant-Man situation is going to play largely into it.
Yeah, the whole quantum verse type shit.
The whole time vortex. Like, why mention that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, be careful of the time vortex. Time vortex. And then all of a sudden he's in the past with them at New York.
Yeah.
Well,
that's probably how he gets out.
Right, but I'm saying like everything seems to point that way to me anyway.
Yeah. But the other problem is like Scott doesn't have any information of it. You know what I mean? He wasn't. He doesn't know the big fight going on.
No, he doesn't know. But I feel like somehow that is going to have big ramifications.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that's how he gets back in time. And I'm guessing like that Scott is modern Scott, where the rest of those are current day.
I mean,
Avengers.
I guess Tony can find Scott like chilling in there, and save him from that thing, and then they can find the time vortex together.
Hell, Hank could find him.
Hank's gone.
No, not at New York.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. He can go back and find Hank. Like, hey, you don't know who I am because I'm in jail right now.
Hank could be constantly looking for his wife and find him.
Oh, yeah. In the time vortex. Maybe. I don't think he was looking for his wife until Scott went back in time.
I think it's believable that he could never stop looking.
Yeah, that's true.
Time
vortex.
So, I'm willing to make a deal with you.
Okay.
I think this is the last time we should talk about this until we have some black and white confirmation.
All right.
Batman may not be out, or Affleck may not be out for this Matt Reeves Batman.
Or he may be in.
Right. Or he may be in. Or he may be out.
Oh, yeah. Or he may be in.
Or he may be not in.
Yeah.
Or he may be not out.
Not out. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just too wishy-washy.
But his cheeks are definitely out.
Of the mask.
Yes. Because it's puffy.
They're not puffy. But apparently Reeves took to Twitter. He corrected some things. Like they were talking about, there was a rumor circulating that it was going to revolve around year one. And he said it's not. And then they said that Affleck wasn't going to be in it. And he said that's not concrete either. There's nothing, there's nothing to say he won't be in it.
Okay. Or he won't be in it.
Right. But I think the quote is like that situation is not, it's not carved in stone.
Yeah. Do we care?
No.
Yeah, it's fine.
No.
I mean, whenever he's ready to make the Planet of the Apes Dark Knight, we'll be happy when it happens. But until then, I'm not really concerned with it either. You know what's weird? I don't really care like about the DC EU right now. I mean, I guess we're the DC. I guess I'm not bitter. I'm not mad at it. Like I feel like I got to see things that I wanted to see on the big screen. I got to see a Batman that I wanted to see. I got to see him fight Superman. I got to see a Superman I wanted to see. I got to see a Wonder Woman I wanted to see. Hell, I even got to see Aquaman that I want to see. I'm still going to see some more Aquaman that I want to see. So I'm good right now. And it's funny, man. Like
I got to see a cyborg I didn't know I wanted to see.
Yeah.
And I did.
Yeah. So I got to see the Flash that wasn't bad to see, and Superman look at him in the Speed Force, which I really wanted to see. I'm glad I saw that. So I feel like I just busted a huge nut, and although it's tempting, right now I could do without. Does that make sense?
I guess I wish I felt fulfilled like you.
I got my rocks off.
Yeah,
I got my rocks off.
I'm like, I'm teased. Like I'm like,
you were expecting the finger in the butt. And you didn't get anything.
Not even like it was just like I had some heavy petting, but then she got terribly nauseous and like ran to the bathroom. And it's like, what's the cat?
We can still finish.
Think you're gonna get better tonight, or no? Either answer's fine.
We can try.
You know,
I won't jostle you that hard. Yeah, I hear you.
I just don't know, man.
Like Aquaman, I think is going to be
Dude,
good.
I got a good feeling about that one.
Yeah, I think Aquaman's going to be good.
I don't know.
Shazam, yeah, I don't really care. It is what it is.
I got a bad feeling about Shazam. I really bad feeling.
Oh man.
But yeah, I'm just tired of kind of
driving
and flying. I'm tired of being on this roller coaster, and like I'm just gonna stop talking about it until it's like
we see a trailer.
He's in or he's out.
See a trailer.
Confirmed.
Trailer.
Press release.
Trailer.
Hopefully it'll be before that.
Yeah. Because what is the date for that movie? 2023?
Who knows?
Yeah, it's coming out
February.
A month before.
It's on the February 31st. I know that for sure.
Before Gambit.
The truth behind the mustache.
Okay.
Did you read this?
No.
It's pretty interesting.
Tell me about it.
So they give the Mission Impossible folks give the story about it all,
mustache,
about the mustache.
Which I apparently need to go see this movie because it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm definitely not seeing it.
Come on, man.
I just don't care.
I know.
I'd rather.
But don't you want to see the mustache? and actually,
see the trailer.
Like, what if the mustache got credit?
Then I'd go see it. If the mustache gets its own credit, I'm going to see it.
All right.
So this is from the Mission Impossible people. He says, when the question came, the reshoots for Justice League came out. Roven called me and he said, we need your help and we need to shave Henry's mustache. We need him to come back and we need to do these reshoots. And I said, look, Chuck, naturally I want to do everything I can to help you, but I also have to think about our production. Let me talk to everybody and figure out what the scheduling would be. And I went and spoke to Jake Myers, and the suggestion was made through channels that we shave the mustache and Henry could begin to grow the mustache back, and that they would give us the resources to digitally fill in Henry's mustache. Because like it or not, a fake mustache in close-up on 75mm lens is never going to look like anything but a fake mustache. And I got news for you. Some would say the opposite.
Yeah.
So we offered the following compromise. Jake Myers calculated the amount of money that it would take to replace the number of shots, and essentially what Jake was able to project was about $3 million in visual effects. So I don't know how much Henry was in Justice League. I never saw the movie, but I can tell you how much it would have cost in Mission Impossible to digitally add Henry Cavill's mustache, and we said yes. We said, here's what we'll do. Give us the $3 million and we'll shut down, and that will give Henry Cavill the time to grow his mustache back, and we'll just shoot our movie, and we'll just shut our movie down. We said, we'll do this. At which point somebody from Paramount Pictures said, what's going on? What are you people talking about?
Yeah.
There's no way we're going to do that. And we were like, okay, we just thought it was the best plan we could come up with.
Yeah.
So it seems like everybody was trying to, except for the suits.
Paramount. Yeah. Makes sense.
Per usual.
Mustache.
It's cool that it wasn't on some petty... Yeah, between the actual filmmakers, like that always makes me feel better.
No, I do. Like people are being decent at one another.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? Like the more I watch Justice League, the more I can see the mustache. I hate to say, dude, stop staring at his mouth. And he's got like a. They had that meme now, like who's got a creepier smile?
Uh-huh.
You know, it's like fucking it. You know, fucking Henry Cavill. You know, and it's like that mustache smile does look fucking goofy. It is fucking horrible.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
God. And then there's like this guy Jake Olsen or some shit.
Jimmy
Olsen. He came out and said that there is a Snyder cut. It was shown to the to the Warner Brothers execs.
Yeah.
Et cetera. But and then there's people saying, but like it wasn't done. It's like it seemed done, and so I don't know.
Come on.
It does seem weird to me that Snyder hasn't said anything about it. With as much as Snyder's been talking about recently regarding BVS and Justice League.
What else did he say recently?
He said that shit about the Grayson shit and
Dick Grayson.
Yeah, and that it was.
I don't like that shit.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just seems like he would say that with all the people asking, like, "Is there a Snyder cut?"
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people asking for it. You know.
I wonder now if he's just like, I wonder if he's bitter and he's just talking shit now. It's like, wasn't the real Doomsday? You never get to see the real Doomsday.
I would love to see.
It was Dick Grayson who died. It wasn't Jason Todd. It was Dick Grayson.
And he's wearing the Jason
you.
Todd suit.
Yeah.
And he's got Tim Drake's dad with him.
That's right.
In heaven. But I don't know, like, what the. I want to see an interview with him. Like, I really want to see like a sit down couch interview with him and find out what the fuck's going on with that dude.
I wonder if it was just the suicide of his kid that just derailed everything.
Could have.
You know.
I mean, that'll do it. Yeah,
of course. And I'm sure there was other family drama that was coming up to that point. You know, that didn't happen in a vacuum.
Right.
So I don't know.
I got a question. You laughing at me? You laughing at me? I don't see anybody else here. You must be laughing at me. Robert De Niro is going to be in the Joker movie.
He needs to be Falcone.
I don't know. I look. He's a great actor. This movie, like the more A-list people they start bringing to it, like with fucking Scorsese, and like it's like, oh shit, man, like maybe they have something.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I just don't want to be hurt again.
I know. And Robert De Niro was
that nerve is very raw.
He was a good actor. It was the last thing he did that was any good.
Analyze this too.
Analyze that.
Analyze that.
No. And that was probably fucking 15 years ago.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. When do you think that movie came out?
Analyze that?
Yeah.
2004.
Analyze that.
Analyze what?
15 years ago.
What?
It's actually 16 years ago, 2002.
Really?
Yeah.
That wasn't too far off.
It's pretty crazy, bro. Analyze this was 1999.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. That's almost 20 years ago. That's crazy. He was filming that movie 20 years ago. Fuck me. That's nuts.
You're good, you. You're good.
All right, so what has he done recently? Anything?
I'm sure Meet the Fockers.
That was 15 years ago, bro.
But that was after that, right? That was after Analyze That. And then wasn't there a third Meet the Parents? It was like Meet the Little Fockers? Or
Little
something?
Fuckers.
Little Fockers. You can buy 10 bottles a month.
Oh, yeah, they got him on the Joker. So The Irishman, 2019.
That's good.
You saw that?
Yeah.
It hasn't come out yet. 2019.
I have a movie called The Irishman in there.
Is Robert De Niro in it?
I don't think so.
Fuck. The War with Grandpa.
Trash.
The Wizard of Lies, TV movie about Bernie Madoff. He was Bernie.
Oh,
Madoff.
that's good. I saw that. That was good. It was HBO.
The Comedian.
No, it was about the guy that scammed all those people. He wasn't a comedian at all. He's like a business tycoon.
Oh, Dirty Grandpa. Dirty Grandpa. Heist, Ellis, The Auction, The Intern, The Bagman, Grudge Match, American Hustle,
The Bagheads,
Las Vegas, The Family. Don't forget that one. 2013. Killing Season, The Big Wedding, Silver Lining Playbook. That's pretty good. Red Lights, New Year's Eve, Killer Elite. Limitless. That wasn't a bad movie.
No Limitless, starring Master P. I saw that one.
Machete. All right, continue.
Anyway, I you know what?
Stardust. He's in a lot of movies. Michelle Pfeiffer.
I'm gonna give this movie a chance.
I hear you, man.
I think
Meet the Fockers was 2004.
It was Little Fockers. After that,
yeah,
2007.
Let me see. 2010.
2010.
Jack Burns. I mean, that movie he just played a parody of himself.
What do you say? That's a lupus for lupus. Oh, you don't know shit about flowers. That's my favorite line of that shit.
I got nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? The Score was a good fucking movie. That was a good fucking movie.
Fucking A. Fucking great fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a question from Joe. Joe S. He says, "Hey guys, been listening for a while now and working my back.
No, you haven't.
Working my way back. Working my way back through your episodes down into the 50s now. Sorry for the sound quality.
I know, right?
I love what you guys do. He's a $10 a month supporter, and whenever I get that,
you should be a $15 a month supporter.
As soon as we create something for it,
can't they just do whatever they want?
I mean, maybe they can do whatever they want it to.
I mean, can't you put in like 25 if you want to put in 25?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me save this. All right, continue.
So whenever I get that little notification on my phone, I know I'm in for a real big treat, so to speak. I've learned so much about you fellas that I almost feel bad for not contributing at least an email sooner. It almost feels selfish. You guys give a lot of yourselves here, you and your families. Up until this point, the most I've done to return the favor is send Bobby a couple bots to review. With that in mind, I have a question for you. How has NRR affected your friendship with each other? You all seem incredibly close, but has NRR made you closer or given you some insight into each other that you don't think would have popped up otherwise? Keep up the great work, fellas. Looking forward to helping you get that new computer. Thank you, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. I think it's interesting, man.
I do too. I think there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, there is. So I think NRR. So we tried the podcast a few years ago before NRR. I think it was like 2 years before we started the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But like I was just getting out of another project, and so I kind of wanted to keep it going.
A housing project.
One bathroom for like
the whole
8
floor.
units. Yeah. You were just starting to get into either Shattered Cast or
Yeah, I think I was.
or Good Morning Cybertron.
I think I was on the other one, and then I was getting.
You know what I'm saying, are you?
We do not speak its name. Look, one day, I should tell that story to the Patreon folks.
Yeah, that's a good one.
There's a story there.
Yeah, there's definitely a story there. Big old story.
But anyway, yeah, I think Shattered Cast was being conceptualized.
Yeah. So we tried to do a couple episodes, and it was Greg for Mercy on one episode.
Mm-hmm. He was going to. I think he was going to be part of the show.
I think Dave was on one episode too.
Could have been.
I think he was on the first, and then yeah. But I think there was too much. Like I was really getting heavy back into 40K, and you were getting heavy into Transformers, and so like we didn't want to talk about anything but those things.
Yeah.
And so just like, hey man, you just go do this, and I started Beer and Bolters, and you started Shattercast, and we kind of did that for a little bit, except your people kept on doing Shattercast, and my people just slowly evaporated on me. It's hard, especially when my work schedule kept on changing.
Yeah.
So, and then so we decided to do this just to kind of like force ourselves to get together and hang out more, because I think there were just like times where we were hanging out to see movies. And then, of course, like the holidays or whatever, but we weren't really getting together frequently.
Regularly, yeah.
And
there was also, I remember we had a conversation because I was at work.
Yeah.
We had a conversation about He-Man figures.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
After that conversation, you were like, that would have made a hell of a podcast.
Yep.
And I was like, we should just do it.
Yeah. And so we jumped back on it. But of course, the Beer and Bolters intro was the original intro for our original podcast.
Correct.
Which I think it was just called the Fanboy Channel.
Yes.
And that's why the PODBEAN is still the Fanboy channel for this, because we just or Facebook or YouTube,
whatever
it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Because we just we kind of like that whole thing, and then for a reason we changed it to Nerd Rage. I don't really know how the Nerd Rage started.
Well, we were looking for a name for the new podcast, and we struggled with the name for a while.
Yeah. And I can't remember. It came up some. I can't remember exactly how it came up. I think somebody else gave us the idea for the name.
No, I was on the list.
Was it?
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of them.
Because we started saying like verbs and nouns and sort of like crisscross and whatever. Yeah. I recall that. But I think there's definitely times that made us closer, but there's times that it put some stress on a relationship.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So, and
I want to talk about this.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
What's your
no.
feeling?
I'm saying, continue.
yeah.
I want to dig into. Like, I'm putting my phone away. I want to dig into this conversation. Yeah.
So I think part of the problem was being. We originally recorded it on Skype, which was fine.
Correct.
And then I kept on pushing you to do face to face, which you weren't about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, I don't really want to do it. I've been doing this thing. This is how I do things. Do it on Skype. Everybody's doing the thing.
I got a cup of coffee.
Sit in my chair. Squeak. So we talked. I talked you into it, and we did it, and it just felt really good.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was kind of a logistical thing because at the time it was like the computer, like setting up the computers was a pain in the dick. And so we did it at my house one day and then at your house one day. And there was scheduling because of the baby before you had the baby or some shit. So it's always been a challenge. And then our schedules aren't always conducive. And then we brought Philip in. But I want to blame Jisk for like the first big tiff.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's tough because at that point I was staying part-time in my PA house. So we had to Skype in on those.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to Skype in on Jisk episodes because we couldn't figure out how to do the technology at the time.
Uh-huh.
And we got in this fight one time, and I think I know what the question was.
I know exactly what it was.
What question was it?
It was over art.
Yeah, but that wasn't what started.
With the original question? Oh, I don't know the original question.
So what originally happened, stir some shit up right here. It just goes, who do you guys think the better friend is, you or Adam? Do you remember this?
I remember that question, but
that was the first thing because my response was like me, like instantly, and like I remember like that didn't sound very nice, and I think that like sets you off, not set you off, but I think I put you like what? I guess I'm just a piece of shit then.
No, because he did ask that question on one of the shows and we answered it.
That was on the same show.
Well, no, because the time that we got into the TIFF, we weren't recording.
Oh no, I was.
We were recording, but we stopped. We stopped recording.
Yeah.
But yeah, the time that he asked that question, it's the same type of thing happened, and you went like, definitely me. That was your, and I was like, I don't think so. And I was like, I know where you're coming from with that.
Yeah.
And I was like, but this and this, and I was like, when I have issues, I don't really call you. I don't really call anybody.
Yeah.
I just shut it down. Everything goes on lockdown mode. Yep. And I was like, well, you got an issue, you'll call me. I'll talk about it to the fucking. And you're like, that's true. And like we found middle ground. I don't know how the art thing came up. I want to say it was a question related to graffiti.
It's something like that. And we're going to get, this is a dangerous thing because we're never going to agree about this.
Well, we don't have to agree.
Yeah,
you just state your opinion and I'll state my opinion. And
that's part of our issue is because I get very pedantic about things, like very specific. So I will make a statement such as, I believe that there's some things about art that are beyond opinion that are factually, they're factually accurate, like the golden means and stuff like that. So there's certain aspects of art.
What about the golden memes?
The golden memes as well.
Like the husky.
But there's certain...
To me, that's a golden meme.
It is.
Okay.
But there's certain like fundamental laws of ratios and that exist in a multitude of things, like how long it takes mammals to pee, how long an animal lives based on how big it is. Like there's like the same ratios. Like where if you said you found an animal that weighs 300 kilos, you can accurately guesstimate how long it's going to live. So anyway, my argument was like with music and art, there are certain things that mathematically add up to a value.
I know Jisk is like, it's going to happen again.
I know. We're over it. But your thing is like, hey man, no, it's totally, you think it's totally subjective, and that you don't have the right to tell somebody if something's art or something's not art.
I think you have the right to tell if something is art to you. But I think the only person that can really definitively say whether something is art or not is the person that made it.
Yeah.
And I only say that because it's only because of how I define art. However, I also think that like you can look at something technically.
Yes.
And you can say these brushstrokes are admirable or whatever. You can see it in the canvas like this, like I'm totally with you on all that. But I just think like if somebody does something and they're like, this is expressing something, it's not up for anybody else to decide whether or not it's art. It's up for them to decide whether or not they appreciate it. And that's fine. And if you say, no, that's trash, that's not like that answer is just as valid as someone saying, holy fuck, blew my mind, you know? But
we went round.
We got into this. It was so fucked up. I couldn't continue the conversation.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do this today. We got to come back to the drawing board. I'm emotionally compromised. I can't continue on like, because my general thing with podcasting or with anything,
yeah.
really, is like I want to have a good time. Like I want to have a laugh.
Yeah.
You know. And like when I get out of that mode, I'm like I'm ruined.
And I know, and so it did take us a while to like, because we're talking a lot. I mean, if you think about it, we're talking average of 3 hours a week, just communicating.
Yeah.
I don't talk to my wife that much. You know what I mean? Like you talk about bullshit, but you're not talking about like real shit. And
right.
We're talking about things before. We're talking about things after. We're coordinated. There's chats. There's whatever else. But it is interesting. I think it was good to sometimes in any relationship, no matter what it is. Sometimes you got to put a little stress on it, little stress fractures to make it stronger.
I agree.
And I think it did come out a bit better. You know, learn about yourself.
And I mean, like, it made me ask questions, like, because one of the reasons why we decided to do this was to force ourselves to get together and talk about things that we enjoy.
Yeah.
And then, like, I mean, when shit started not being fun for a minute, it made me ask myself, like, is it a good idea to spend that much time together?
Yeah.
Like, you
so
know,
what were the tough, and then what were the tough times? What were the tough episodes?
It was, I know everything. I feel like everything started down that path around the BVS time. And then, like, it just got from BVS to, like, 2 months after Rogue One. It was like, that was when it was touch and go. And it doesn't mean that we didn't have good times within that. We definitely did.
Yeah.
But we needed a realignment sometime after that. Because The Last Jedi, we feel very differently about it.
Yeah.
But we never got to the same place that we did with BVS or Rogue One.
Well, I think The Last Jedi was a Band-Aid rip. Because it definitely got heated.
Yeah.
But it was like...
But it wasn't the same.
It wasn't the same. I agree. But it was like boop, boop. You know, it was like a high spike, and then it was done.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's little things that, like, I think we're both... But it's good. I mean, I think it's a good challenge. It's definitely made us... I think it's definitely made me better. Because I analyze some of the things, like the patterns of how I think about things and why I think and why, you know, so.
And some of that too is like growing pain stuff in the sense of like we've never done anything together project wise since middle school.
Yeah.
You know, so like learning how to work together and not just play together, so to speak.
It's a challenge. And like with this podcast, like we would literally love to do a podcast every day.
Yeah.
If this could pay the bills, we could do it. You guys have the stuff of the game with Patreon because we had so much more. And they could let your hair down, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, with like saying even more crazier shit, you know, and more entertaining, like a Howard Stern-esque thing, have some guests and whatnot. But I wonder, do you think this market is saturated, the podcast market?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You know, because there's only like a handful of podcasts.
It's
that
easy.
Really
That's
stand out there. Yeah. It's easy to contribute. It's easy to just be a part of it.
Yeah.
You know? So, I don't know.
But yeah, I think it's been good. And we've also talked privately that like having other people around is not something we're used to either. Like in small doses we've had
fun, but
like having Joe constantly around.
Joe has gone through the gauntlet with that.
Yeah, having even Black Phillip and because and we've had this discussion off microphone, but like we are inherently different that way, where like the more people that you're around, the more that you want to educate them.
Yeah.
And the more people that I'm around, the more I want to make them laugh. And sometimes that becomes a conflict for you and I, because you're like, let me just get this fucking point out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, the fucking lulls are fucking trash, right? You know, and you're like, not everything's a joke. I'm like, not everything is serious, and you know, it's like that's like kind of happening subconsciously.
Yeah.
And it's been interesting, but I think it has made us stronger for it, personally. And I like I said, like I've learned a lot. Like, and I've had to most of the episodes I go back and listen to afterwards, and like I'll challenge myself listening to it, like okay, do you really feel this way? Why do you feel this way? Like, you know, and that's all I think good. There's been some stuff where I've been like, you know, he's right there. I can let off there. I don't know why I'm holding on to that. And I'm like, okay, I'm holding on to that. It's not because of that. It's because of this. And this is making me look at everything through a different lens. And, you know, but that's all, it all makes my opinions stronger and my feelings about shit stronger. It's all ultimately ends up in a more positive place 90% of the time. So I don't know. It's value to me.
It's funny. I used to re-listen to all the podcasts, and I stopped one day, and I don't know why I did. And now it feels like it's hard to pick it back up. Now I listen to it every once in a while, but I don't know if it's just a time thing. I think, you know what it was? It was a carpool. That started it. That started. So back in like November. So because I used to have my earbuds in and listen to it, 24/7.
Mine is all about the frequency of it, because like I like
the high pitch or low pitch.
yes. Like if we record on a Thursday, and then the following week we record on a Monday, I probably won't listen to that Thursday show, but I'll probably end up listening to that Monday show later on in the week.
Okay.
You know, because those conversations have been too close to each other, where like I didn't have time to like miss it at all. You know.
You know what's going to be interesting though about doing things like this is like you have a catalog of who you were in that second. Because as we discussed earlier, your conscious process, where people can actually come back and listen into your episodes, like if they're still digitally available. You know what I mean? I mean, they'll be out there someplace. I don't know who's going to data mine to find them, but like your grandkids.
Yeah.
Or your great grandkids.
And it's also like, I mean, there's something beautiful about that.
Yeah.
You know, because like, you know, like thinking about mortality recently, like if I go tomorrow, my kids can listen to me for hours.
Yeah.
Once they're 18.
But fuck. Maybe they shouldn't. But then think about the quantity thing. What if we do this 1,000 episodes, right? Like 3,000 hours. That's like a full-time 8-hour-a-day job for over a year and a half. Like nobody's listening to all those episodes.
Right.
At a certain point, it's just too much. You know. And can you imagine, like, if you ran for office, that some dickhead would have to sit there and listen to every episode to cut out like little bullshit. Maybe they wouldn't have to listen that much. to get dirt on you or whatever, to fuck with you or whatever.
Well, like I love what I love about podcasting and the reviews and all that is affecting the culture. Like when you see people in a thread say I'm a driver, I'm a flyer, and people going fans toys and all that. Like that's where I get my rocks off.
Yeah, that's
like,
fun.
You know, that's where I'm like, fuck, what we're doing is it's not making a difference in a serious way,
but we're doing it for the people.
But it's contributing. It's making the hobby, whatever that hobby is in this world, it's making it more enjoyable for a group of people.
But dude, there's something to be said just to chill out and zone out on a conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like you can kind of be there on the conversation. And like, you ever been like around people and you're just like, you're there, you're present, but they're just having like a really good back and forth dialogue, and you're just like, dude, let me just listen to these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you kind of get that frequently.
Yeah.
So.
Thanks for the question.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Let's see what we have here. I know we have more. All right, so from Mike, he said, I wanted to ask, he's a Maryland boy as well. I wanted to ask the NRR team the same question Tom King's run on Batman has put forth. If Batman is happy, is he still Batman? Is a happy Batman a boring Batman?
I mean, I kind of think it's a loaded question. It just depends on what's going on, too. You know what I mean? Like, you can still be happy. I mean, there's one in Bruce Wayne Fugitive or whatever, when you could argue he was happy and free of Bruce Wayne forever. for what he thought was forever. He used to be
Right.
Batman 24/7.
Right.
And that made him happy.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
but
mean?
he's only happy because he gets to be grumpy all the time.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I mean, I still think you'd be serious and not be moody. I don't know.
I think that like there are rules to him, like like in Batman and Robin, he gets over his parents' death, like he just moves past it, like
Yeah.
like I think that's a rule breaker because like
Yeah.
the moment that happens is the same moment he ceases to be Batman.
Yeah.
So like in a way he's kind of always has to carry that burden in some way, but
I mean, it has to give him drive and give him direction of his purpose.
right.
But I don't think he needs to like wallow in melancholy.
No. I don't think he needs to do that either.
Yeah.
But he can, like, he can, like, he doesn't have to be happy. I don't think he can be happy, but he doesn't have to be sad.
Okay.
He can be focused and more motivated and more driven and more, whatever. But I think that if like a happy-go-lucky Batman, like doesn't.
Come on, chum.
It doesn't really.
Well, I
work.
mean, by that argument, I guess there has been a happy version of Batman, and it did
That's
work.
true.
It did stand the test of time.
Yeah. That's true.
It might not be our preferred Batman.
Yeah. That's true. Like there's something I don't know. Yeah, because that shit has nothing to do with that character. Like I wonder what it is about that fucking character that just grabs people.
I think just the name Batman sounds cool. He's got a bat cave. He's got a bat car, and
He's got
fucking
a bat cape.
and batarangs.
I'll never forget. I was with Gary, and Gary used to quote Goodfellas all the time, and it used to get obnoxious, And he like quoted some line. And he's like, "What's that from?" And I should have just said Goodfellas instinctively, but I was like, I don't know. And he's like, "Goodfellas," and I was like, "Yeah, well, look, I got a movie quote for you. Who are you? I'm Batman. What movie is that from?" And he was like, "Ain't that a bitch?" And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "This dude got a bat plane, a bat car, and a bat symbol on his chest, and people still don't know who the fuck he's supposed to be."
Jokers don't know who he is.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's a fact. What's up with that guy, man?
I have no idea.
Fuddruckers?
Yeah, so I was going to tell this story. So this guy, Gary, I was friends with him. He basically, like, I paid for all his meals. I paid, like, if he was with me, if I ate, he ate, et cetera, which was kind of my general way of doing business, still is to some extent. But we fell out, and then Mario and I fell out, and he was working at Fuddruckers, and I stopped in there with my family.
Yeah.
And
No, you with me one time.
Oh, I was with you?
Yeah.
And we're stepping on the thing, and he was like,
Yeah, you fucking suck going to Fuddruckers. I had a hamburger, just a bun and a burger.
and a cheese, and I put my own condiments on. I don't want any of that bacon. I don't trust it.
You got it on it. I like putting everything on it.
So I said, I put ketchup and mustard. So I said, I was like, "What's up, man?" And he's like, "What's up?" And he was like, "You and Mario just need to fight." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And he's like, "Just fight and get over it." And I was like, "I'm not thinking about Mario right now. Like I'm." And he was like, "Well, he's definitely thinking about you, and you guys just need to fight and get it out of your system." And this is like months after him and I stopped talking, Mario.
Yeah,
and I was like, "All right, that's cool. Hey, man, let me get a quarter pounder with."
Did he like owe you like $100 or something?
Yeah, he owed me $120, and he gave me 60 of it back, and I never saw the rest. And I think he was in a real pickle. Like I think he was going to get himself.
Well, he was chopping pickles at Fuddruckers.
At Fuddruckers, that's a fact. But I think
he might have fell into the pickle bucket because he was a small guy.
Like what's crazy about his father called me and told me your boy is in real trouble, and if he doesn't come up with $120, he's going to be in real trouble.
What was it about?
No clue.
That's weird.
No clue. And Gary was a pathological liar.
Yeah.
So like if I told him that, well, I went in on a key, but you went $120 in on a key, like would you own 1/6? But for all I know, it was Dad was just going to kick him out for not contributing around the house. For all I know,
maybe.
And
he was out.
Yeah,
that's $60.
Well, yeah. Well, he never paid me back, and then he did pay me $60 of it back, and I just to me, I just paid $60 to get out of that relationship. Really, is what it ended up being like. Because like I was like, damn it, all I've done for you. If you can't come up with $120 for me.
Yeah, okay.
All I've done for you can't come up with $120. Who are like? What is this?
Yeah.
What like?
All I do is bleed for you.
Like I can't tell you the amount of fucking pizzas I bought that dude, the amount of fucking drinks I bought that dude.
You know what, man? I'm of the belief though, if give a friend money keep a friend for life, loan a friend money, and there's going to be problems.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I
like,
mean?
and it goes back to that give and take. You know,
Yeah.
like if our relationship is built on this ratio of give and take,
Yeah.
and now I'm off putting it.
If we're at the show, if we're at the comic books show,
The comic book show.
comic books show,
I love the comic
convention,
books
right?
show.
And you're like, hey man, I'm out of cash right now. I need this Marvel Legend. Let me hold a 20. I'm probably gonna give you the 20 and let it be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be like, hey man, where's the 20?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you come back, give me the 20, that's fine too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, here's the 20. Man, don't worry about it. That's good. But like, dude, if I was gonna give it to you, let you have it, I would never give it to you.
Right.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
that's what Robert says all the time.
Yeah.
Like, never lend a friend money that you want to have paid back.
Yep.
To you.
Yep. This,
You know.
give it, and I do believe
And if they don't pay you back, they may not be a friend. Like you
Yeah,
got to consider
yeah.
that as well. You know, it all depends on the dynamics of the
it-
relationship.
but like, I don't think that you should give the money to somebody if you can't receive it back. Like if I ask you for $200
Mhm.
and you in your mind you say, if he doesn't give me that $200 back, we're done. You should have never gave me the $200.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
You should be able to get like, hey man, don't worry about it. Have at it.
Yeah,
You know.
I agree.
I kind of believe karma. I mean, I kind of believe in karma, but I kind of believe in like a kind of a continuum of giving.
Mhm.
Like I feel like I've been very blessed in my life, but I also feel like I'm very generous. I don't think it's like quid pro quo thing. I just don't get hung up on that stuff.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So like, if it's my time to pay the check, that's fine. But if I pay 2 times in a row, that's fine too. It's not going to be the end of the world.
Yeah.
You know, like don't go out to dinner with me and bust out the abacus and try to like calculate how much the tip is or whatever.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
just it's too much, man. It's too much. I mean, you know. So
All right, Paul
that's why I
C.
need friends like Robert D.
Yeah. So now that the deal is official and Marvel is getting the Fox movie properties, let's do a little fantasy writing. What existing Fantastic Four and X-Men comic story arcs would you like to see, or at least homage on screen? And how would you play out each of their introductions into the MCU? Would you focus on the smaller, more focused stories, or would you try to do the stories that had more connective tissue to where the MCU is currently at? If you feel something like the Dark Phoenix saga is really needed, but you can tell it properly this time, how would you change it to make it fit? Or would you rather go with a completely blank slate and come up with something new? One last thing to add. Adam, sorry to hear about your loss of tit drops. Look up Reddit titty drop and you'll enjoy it. If you Google it, you don't even need to have a Reddit account.
Stand by.
So the allure for me of the Fantastic Four is to be able to have a Galactus story,
Yeah.
and B, the Illuminati. And if I get the Illuminati, then I would like to see World War Hulk. That would be my dream.
Yeah, but we're already there. We've already done that.
No, that's Planet Hulk.
Oh, I'm tracking.
You know,
Dude, tons of titties.
I'm glad.
See, this is gonna drive you crazy. Damn, that bitch got a. Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I couldn't fuck around with that.
no,
It looks like
it's too much.
a pair of testicles. You
Too much.
you don't even want to look at it.
Yeah, it's too much. But that would be my thing for Fantastic Four. It's Fantastic Four is not really what they add to themselves. It's what they add to the larger picture.
Yeah,
You know, so like it's all about how they play into the Avengers storylines and such.
You know what I want?
And their
It's
villains.
Too late now.
Doom.
I want Civil War.
Yeah.
I mean, Secret Invasion is the logical choice,
Yeah.
right? So you do some kind of new Avengers. So like the jailbreak thing, the Avengers come together. That's their goal, is like to put the bad guys away, and that leads into a secret evasion arc. That'd be the way to go.
The X-Men story.
Solved it. Drop the mic.
the-
Well, you need too much build up. Like you gotta have mutants like the X versus A.
no, that's not.
Okay, my
no.
bad.
No, the X-Men story I really want to see is Extinction Agenda. And I don't need to see it as thoroughly in the comics, like a literal translation. Like it can be in the Civil War lane, you know, like, but this idea of them being put in camps and all that kind of shit and having to fight against that.
I think the best thing to do though is they should blend the MCU and the X-Men universe now. right? Like, I don't think we need, like, something happens after Avengers Endgame or whatever. It's resnapped in, like, the multiverse. There's, like, a new universe where Tony Stark and Wolverine are in the same universe from Go.
But it's the same Wolverine from...
No.
Oh,
It
okay.
can change.
Okay.
It can be a new Tony Stark.
I'm okay with that too. I'd also,
Yeah.
but I'd also like I've kind of said this before.
It's like a soft reboot, but like it's connected. Like the events of Endgame or whatever caused this new blended universe.
I'd be okay if the Tesseract being used for the first time on Earth causes the mutation.
Oh yeah, but you need time though. I mean, like here's the problem with that. Then you have a Wolverine that's not from 1856.
I don't need him to be.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
It's not important to me.
I want Wolverine to be fucking one of Cap's soldiers.
Yeah,
you know?
it doesn't.
Or mutants can be hiding in plain sight forever.
Well, I think that they
You know?
should be. They should have been around for some time. Like,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. That's why I say, like, for me, like if it happened in the 40s and they've been hiding ever since, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, I also am like of the school of thought, like, let's slow burn this now. Like, just let's start over. Let's,
reboot?
like, let's no, not a reboot, but just
A soft reboot.
no, not at all. Just look, you got the X-Men now. Don't go throwing all of them into it. Like, slow burn them the same way you slow burn the Avengers. Like, give me Beasts, Iceman, Jean Grey, Cyclops.
But see, I could
Angel.
I
Give
could
me that.
I could take what we've seen from First Class. Like I could take what's his face still being Magneto.
No, I want it. I want a fresh slate.
Really?
Me personally, yeah. Like I don't want anything to do
Not
with
Ian
that.
McKellen, like the new guy.
No, I know what you're talking about, and I love him as Magneto, but I want a whole clean slate.
Really?
Me personally, I want to leave all of that shit behind us.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't want to rehash it.
No, I don't want to rehash it either.
I get it.
I don't. But that's what I'm saying. Like, give me the 5. Give me the 5.
Yeah,
give me the initial
dude,
5.
There's got to be a Wolverine.
There's got to be a Wolverine.
Yeah. So I mean,
but give me a 5 and then give me a Wolverine, and then allow when Wolverine.
Would you do like Wolverine Origins
of sorts,
like start back in the time with Rose and Sabretooth,
but then let Wolverine's path intersect with the X-Men around the time of the giant size X-Men, where we get a new team, like and Storm and all that. Like like just I don't want them to rush into this. Because, like, I do kind of feel like Marvel's been rushing a little bit now because they've had to. They've had to get that giddy up to get the Infinity War. Yeah. But, like, after Infinity War, let's back it down again. You know, and slow burn something else. Like,
I know you want the slow burn, dude, but I think that the train is moving too fast. That's the problem. The Disney train is moving too fast, and you're going to have to concede. You're going to have to concede to some concessions.
There's just so much.
I know
so much to explore now.
But
there's
like that's I hear you. But I don't think they can go back and hit the reset button. I just don't.
I don't want to reset.
But I'm talking about like one off.
There's definitely going to be one-offs. We're definitely getting Wolverine movies.
Maybe. I just think that these new team movies, like, all right. I think it's going to mirror. There's a point in time.
Angel Apocalypse shit. Like, I'd love to get all of that proper.
Like, I think there's a point in time where when we used to read comic books, there was like Spider-Man, and he just dealt with Spider-Man shit. And there was X-Men, he just did X-Men shit. Now, very few and far between did they have a crossover. Crossovers were big deals, but I don't think that they happen as often as they do now.
No, I agree.
Now crossovers are all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
And it seems to me that the art of the movies is imitating like the art of the comics, like how it went. You know, it started off more sci-fi, more like grounded in realism, and then it's slowly become more and more fantastic with it, and it's interesting to me.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, like once you get that first hit.
Well, yeah, and I think that it's drawing people along. You know, like everything is played pretty straight, and then all of a sudden there's a talking raccoon. You know, but like,
and everybody's fine with it. In a talking tree,
because they took you on this journey where you learn to accept it. You know, but I just like to see them continue in that vein.
Yeah,
you know, that doesn't mean to not have big events and stuff. You can definitely have big events, but I don't think like we just need to throw everything at it immediately. Like I want to build up to something again. Like this Thanos thing has been huge, and now you can do it with the X-Men, you can do it with.
But are you going to take another 10 years to do it? Is the Galactus movie going to be in 10 years?
Maybe.
Yeah,
It doesn't bother me.
Maybe, yeah.
And it doesn't mean that you won't.
And I'm not saying it's a bad idea. Just the futures in me is going to be like, now we have it. I'm going to sell.
Yeah. But I think you can. I think you can wear that out, like you know. Like you can
definitely.
wear, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I don't, that's what I'm fearful of.
Yeah, and I don't want that. I want to. I want to put on some dress shoes sometimes. I want to put on some dancing shoes sometimes, bowling shoes other times. Like, and that's what I kind of appreciate about the Marvel.
Remember the kids that used to wear bowling shoes all the time?
No,
just for the fucking hell of it.
No,
you never saw those kids?
No, I don't think so.
Kind of alternative type kids.
That's crazy.
Wear crazy shit. That's
I don't like that at all.
No, that was strange. It's like a damn for wingtips. All right. Next question.
All right. This is, jeez, I can't fucking find it. So the next one is from the Good Minister, and he said, "What's up, my nerders? I just recently made my first digital movie purchase with Infinity War dropping, and I must say it was awkward. My transition to MP3 was quick and easy, but for some reason I'm not keen on my movies being digital yet. I know Bobby's movie collection is pretty extensive, so what do you guys prefer, physical copy or digital, and why?"
Yeah, we kind of talked about this already, but you know what, man? I can't lie to myself. I don't buy DVDs or Blu-rays anymore because I don't know if it's lazy or just like wait for it to come on Netflix, because I literally don't want to put it in the DVD player. I gotta switch it to input. I gotta scroll through the 50 inputs to figure out which one it is, and the DVD player, the Blu-ray player is slow to start, so I was retrieving the data, and it's just, I'm like, oh, it's on Netflix. Most of the Marvel movies are on Netflix now anyway, so I'm sure Infinity War will be there soon.
Yeah, I mean, there's just not a whole lot of, like, I don't know. I can see myself switching over to the digital format eventually, but it's definitely not there yet for me. And it needs to be completely integrated, and I need to have some sense of ownership to it. And until I have that figured out, I can't get on board. Because, like, I mean, obviously the chances of iTunes or Amazon going bankrupt tomorrow are slim to none.
Yeah.
But what if?
Yeah.
Like, when I buy my Blu-ray, like, unless something happens to the Blu-ray, I have it.
Well,
I know I'm a dinosaur. I'm a dinosaur. I get it.
Well, it's funny though. But like, I do wonder if at a certain point of civilizations they go to an all digital format, and then when the EMP hits, everything's lost, and we're back to the Stone Age. Like, has that happened before?
And like, I have MP3s, but downloaded. But I also have those same MP3s on my computer. Mm-hmm. Like, they're not in some fucking server that's owned by, like, they're on my computer, and I can send the file.
The computer.
I can send the file to my phone. I can send the file to wherever. It's mine.
Yeah.
I can burn it to a disc, and then I can put the disc somewhere, and it's mine.
You can't do that with iTunes?
No.
Really?
Yeah, not with iTunes Movies.
Oh, okay.
Only the music.
Huh.
So, like, and I'm sure there's a way to do it with,
it's too much to do.
But, like, the file itself of the movie is held on the iTunes server. It's just you have access to it, from my understanding of it.
No, you can download it to devices.
Sure, but then it's taking up space. You can only fit so much on your actual shit, you know?
I think my cousin has, like, a 100 terabyte drive or something stupid. He downloads everything.
Like, and then, like, I need contingency for that, because like, what if the terabyte drive goes out? Like, you know, there's just so many X factors, and I don't want to fucking keep buying these fucking same movies over and over and over again.
No, I feel you.
But I also know I sound like an angry old man, which is fine. Sometimes I just got to wear that hat.
Yeah.
It fits very comfortably.
It does. It doesn't chafe at all.
And also, shout out to your podcast, Good Minister. I have listened to some episodes myself. And I'm going to give it a proper shout out. I just need to bring it. I don't want to misspeak. Not for this podcast. I don't want to misspeak. Let's see. It is. I want to call it. I'm just going to hold out. The Black Delegates. That's what I was going to call it.
Let me see. Check it out. He's on 25 episodes already?
Yeah, they've been cranking them out.
Nice.
And we have one from Drakus. He says, in response to Venom discussion, speaking of Guyver, would you guys like to, and Driver and Flyer, would you guys like to see a modern live action version? Not a B movie, but a serious take. If so, what do you think they would need to make it work on screen? And would Joe be pissed if the main character, Sean Baker, was not Show? Joe would have to speak on that for himself.
Yeah,
but I get where he's coming from.
I think that, I'll be honest with you, I think the B movie worked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it should be very, very easy for them to do something.
I'd be up for it, but I'm not. I'd rather see a live action Akira.
Yeah, me too.
You know, I'm just not. There's, Joe and I have had this conversation multiple times at nauseam, but like, I'm just not married to any of that material. You know, like I'm just not. Fist of the North Star. It's another one I'd be up for, like a well done live action.
Or Legend of the Overfiend.
Yes, that I would be up for after 10,000 years. But yeah,
I want to watch that. Let's watch that scene real quick.
All right,
I'll try to find it on my phone.
But that's it for the. Oh, jeez. I did this Dinobot review today, and apparently, like the dinosaur version comes mistransformed in the box. So I just threw it on the stand and started going at it. And the thing that's mistransformed, I didn't even point out as like a piece of content. Like the whole thing looks fucking dumb to me. So like, how am I supposed to know something looks extra dumb? And like people are like, it's mistransformed. I'm like, okay, man, but I'm not even criticizing that. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not even an issue for me.
Who fucking cares, man?
Anyway, let's see. Where is this the scene?
I don't know, man. It's been years since I've seen it.
Legend of the Overfiend, it has some very sexual scenes in it, including tentacle penis monsters.
I don't remember this shit at all.
I mean, I have a very vague memory of it anyway.
Oh, yeah. This is like this guy licked it or whatever. Yeah, this is kind of like homoerotic.
Yeah. I saw this at your house in Frederick in that room in the basement. Like that was like your bedroom?
Yeah.
Had like a futon?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw this on a futon. Ain't that a bitch? Who sees this on a futon?
No, I'll probably see your house.
No, I saw it at your house. 100%.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
The first time you see a penis tentacle monster, you don't forget it.
I don't even remember this guy, dude.
I'm not sure this is a good podcast.
No, it's not. I don't remember this at all.
We do have a. I think
I
that's
have to
it.
rewatch it.
We do have a couple of. I think that's it for questions. Joe has been organizing all the questions. It's made life so much easier. We also had an issue. Apparently, some of our bonus episodes on not Patreon, but on Podbean, people are having trouble downloading. I'm not sure why that is. They're older episodes, so I'm just not sure. I'm not sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, let me get back to
Like the bonus track ones?
yeah.
Well, I wonder if they were on the old Podomatic server.
We were always on Podbean, weren't we?
No, I think we started on Podomatic and we
I think
switched
that was
over.
Beer
Right?
and Bolters.
Oh, you might be wrong. Right. Might be right, too.
Right.
Right.
Crikey.
Dread.
This is dread. You fucking into dread, bro? Fucking dark fucking dread. Fucking killing people, shooting in the face. Relax.
Oh, God.
Just a few things of Star Wars news. 2 new books are coming. One's about Padme
And drivers.
and drivers and flyers. It's called The Queen's Shadow, and I think it takes place before episode 1.
Mm.
And there's another one called I don't know what the name of it is, but it's about Qui-Gon, and it takes place before episode 1.
I'm interested in the Qui-Gon.
Yeah,
Qui-Gon one.
So the person that's writing the Qui-Gon one is Claudia Gray, and she's the one that wrote Bloodlines, which is one of 2 books that I think have been worth a fuck of the Star Wars books since the buyout.
Yeah.
That was Bloodlines, and the other one was Dark Disciple, where they deal with Ahsoka. I mean, not Ahsoka. Quinlan Voss and Asajj. That book's great, and Bloodlines is great. but the rest of them you can keep them. But she is the author of one, so it lends a little credence to it in my book,
Cool.
so to speak. And then the other one is the ending has begun. Shooting has begun for episode 9 officially. Started on August 1st.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And they released one image so far, JJ did, and it's just Chewbacca and Finn standing. Yeah, that's the one impression I wish I was better at.
A Chewie?
Yeah. I watched this, I thought of you because you do a pretty mean Christopher Walken. I watched this this roasting of Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
And the guy, Kevin Pollak, the guy that was in the shorter fella in Usual Suspects.
Okay.
He was up there and he did a thing with Christopher Walken, like roasting Bruce Willis, like he did an impression. It's fucking spot on. But he did this whole thing where, he was talking about some movie that Bruce Willis was in that like has like a misleading title or whatever. And he did like this whole bit. I'm gonna type it in. It's worth playing. Kevin Pollak.
Dude, came up the first thing. I just put Kevin in there.
Roast.
Oh, I guess he does it. I
think he does it a lot.
Oh, shit.
What's the dude's Bruce Willis? I don't know if it'll be on here or not, but we'll give it a shot.
So
here we go. Here it is.
One of your friends and co-stars in Pulp Fiction couldn't be here tonight, so they've asked me to pass along a message from Christopher Walken. They've put it up here for me. Here it is. Hey, Bruce. Sorry I couldn't attend your funeral. I did want to say I've always been a fan, particularly your work in the film 12 Monkeys. Sure, I was disappointed that you did not portray a monkey.
Anyway, the whole thing is great. If you put in Kevin Pollak roast Bruce Willis, it's fucking fantastic.
Awesome.
And I think that's it.
Nice.
Do you have any extra thoughts? Because we kind of had to wrap up quick last week about the episode 9 cast or any of that with, Billy D and Carrie's shit being all specifically episode 7.
Yeah. It's episode 7 stuff. No episode 8.
100% episode 7. All of it.
I would love to talk to JJ unfiltered, off the record, just for peace of mind, and be like, dude, what happened? What happened? I wonder how he feels about 8, not doing 8, and now having to change things with 9, because he had the option, right, to do 8?
I don't think so. Because I think originally it was all 3 different directors for 7, 8, 9. They were signed on.
I don't know, man.
The only thing he said is that he read the script and then he wanted to do 8.
Oh, okay. Huh. I don't know.
But I would imagine that some of it is that scene of Carrie giving the lightsaber.
Yeah.
To you know what I mean? Because we saw that in the
Carrie,
and we saw that in the trailer and never saw it. So, and I also get the impression that JJ shot a fuck ton more than they actually used. Where I don't get that impression.
What if you did that on purpose?
Well,
she's not going to be around much longer.
Maybe. There was something interesting on that Last Jedi commentary that Rian Johnson said that I found interesting. Where he was like, the best advice I got before I went into this movie was JJ, who said every scene that you shoot that has BB-8 in it, get 10 times more BB-8 footage than you have planned.
Why?
Because anytime you have any sort of like shit to work around, cut to BB-8.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, Billy D's like 80-some years old. I just looked that up. Actually, and I heard somebody say his name is actually William December Williams.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Billy D's probably a little on the cooler side.
I think so.
Yeah. But anyway, dude, I hate to say it. There's a part of me that's like, you better get that Billy D shit right out of the way. You know what I mean? Like, you better get it right out of the way. Like, you don't want to be halfway through and have him go too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? I do feel. I think it is cool that we got to meet them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. Like that's and like even though I never got to meet Stan Lee, I had to get to see him in person.
Right.
You know, so stop talking about it. Stop talking.
Do you have any regrets about not getting anything signed or paying the $300 VIP whatever to shake his hand or whatever?
No.
I slightly do. It's not. I'm not losing sleep over it, but I'm like, it would have been nice to have in the, YOLO and
Yeah,
YOLO has 2 circles.
Hey, what if the hand like?
He like writes like Eric Larson draws.
I don't listen. I know people got to make a living.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. This isn't a personal judgment on them per se, but I have a real issue with that whole like, pay me to shake your hand or sign something from you. I don't like that. I don't like that one little bit.
I'm okay with the signature. And I'm okay with the picture because like it. I mean, I imagine just like a flash in the face, fucking 20,000 times in a day.
Yeah.
But I'm not okay. Like I feel like the handshake should be free.
Yeah,
I feel
or
like-
the guy that like, if you take a picture with your camera, he wants $20.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah. No, I know.
A lot.
But I kind of lend a little credence to if you got to pay for a picture. I kind of just because.
If they provide you with the picture, I'm with that.
Okay. I'm kind of like unless it's flash free. I'm kind of on board with it, to be honest. But I think a handshake should be free. I think you should, if you attend a show, and you're part of the culture, somebody coming up and saying thank you and shaking your hand shouldn't cost a dime.
Yeah, and I understand too.
And standing in line,
it's kind of a supply and demand type thing. So they're able to, they're probably using the $300 whatever to make less people want to do it, but they still get sold out instantly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, there's also like the main reason why I'm definitely okay with the signature is there's plenty of people that just get the signature and turn around and sell it.
I'd have paid $300 to have like dinner with him. You know what I mean?
Right, but we're different.
Yeah.
We're not in the game on that level of like.
I'm not a big signature guy. Like, what do you do with that shit? Put it up?
I mean, I'm a signature guy, but it's got to really mean something to me. I'm not a signature guy to flip. And every signature I've ever gotten has always been personalized.
Mm-hmm.
Make it out to me.
Yeah.
Like that's why this matters.
Yeah,
because
I feel
it's
you.
about my connection to you as an artist or whatever, and this material.
So, I mean, the only person that I never got to meet out of all this. So I wouldn't mind meeting Harrison Ford, and I actually had a buddy of mine who was actually good friends with him. He was a pilot.
He was a flyer,
Yeah,
and driver.
And he said he's a strange cat.
I can believe that.
He's a real strange.
That earring is strange.
It is. He's strange as fuck. Like
Wifing Ally McBeal is strange. No thanks.
Yeah. She was cute back in the day.
Dude, I'd be like, you are on the gluten-only diet.
So like, I wouldn't mind meeting Harrison Ford, but the thing about it is, like, he's kind of a dickhead, but he's kind of. I have a feeling he's a dickhead, like I'm a dickhead.
Right, like, but in that same vein of never meet your heroes.
Yeah,
yeah.
So I will wish I met Christopher Reeves before he passed away.
Yeah.
It was never that bad. I did see Adam West someplace.
Super fresh.
No, it was at the Pittsburgh Comic Con.
No, he wasn't there.
I know. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah.
I'll fuck with you.
Yeah.
I got to meet McFarlane.
Yep. Jim Lee.
Jim Lee was cool.
Mark Silvestri.
Yep.
I got to meet Michael Turner, which was like I'll always treasure.
I think I saw him from a distance. It's fine. Did we meet Alex Ross?
No, we've never seen him.
Yeah, it's always been his fucking.
I think he only does Chicago shows.
Because that's the city I reside in. Some people say live, but I say reside.
He's gonna sleep in a crate of earth.
I always say, I say one syllable and you can say two.
Who else?
Mark Wade.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Jeff Loeb.
Jeff Loeb.
Very
He was cool. It was brief, but he was
Yeah.
cool. I met Willis Portacio. I never met Sam Keith, who was one I always wanted to meet. Ray Park.
We met.
The guy
Super nice guy.
The guy that played Max Rebo.
Yeah. Yeah.
The guy that did the voice.
Rosario Dawson.
The guy that did the voice for General Grievous.
Mm-hmm. Kevin Smith.
We didn't actually meet him, but
that's good enough.
Yeah, I
Good
agree.
enough.
So yeah, Greg Capullo.
Mm-hmm. Like when we went to go see McFarlane, like we had to get shit signed by Capullo as well.
That is
I'm
true.
like, do I have to?
And then there was a third guy that was.
Yeah, so do it. Do I have to?
It was like, if we had smartphones, we definitely would have been Googling the third guy. Because you had to get this one thing signed.
Yeah.
They gave you a slip of paper, and on the slip of paper it had artwork by 3 people: McFarlane,
I don't even know where that went.
and then the
Do you
third
still
guy.
have yours?
No, because I didn't care about that paper then.
Yeah.
I just had the books that he signed for
Yeah.
me. And that was in order to make sure that everybody got their fair shake, which I respect from McFarlane's standpoint.
Yeah.
but
yeah. Whatever.
yeah.
Think anybody else? Nope, I'm good.
Yeah.
Tight tit.
Great dick player. I feel like it was a trick to make me say great dick.
Guilty.